Why is Vanguard selling 280,000 of their retirement plans? And what does this mean if you're a Vanguard client? This is a recent announcement, so I'll go over why and then what the options are for you. If I haven't met you yet, I'm Dave Zoller and I own a retirement planning firm, Streamline Financial, and we created this channel for you if you're thinking about your retirement more than ever right now. I usually share planning concepts and other scenarios and sometimes case studies, but let me know if you like this type of video where it's some recent news update that could affect you. So if you haven't seen the announcement, I'll bring it up on the screen soon, but it impacts people with specific small business retirement plans. But even if you don't have one of those, you might be wondering if you're a Vanguard client, if a company is selling off certain, they might call it assets or a portfolio of services, is everything okay, right? Why would they do something like that? So I'll share a few reasons why, and let me bring up the article here so that you can see it. So here's the news. And before I get into it, we're really big fans actually of Vanguard. We use a lot of their index funds and ETFs. They make up a good portion of our clients' allocations. And I've recommended plans like this for people or friends or whoever's, if they've got a small business and they're looking for a retirement plan, Vanguard was a great option. But here's what is going on. Ascensus is acquiring the individual 401k business. So here's what it says. Ascensus has signed that deal to acquire these 401ks or multiple participant SEPs, which is another type of small business plan, either for an individual or if you've got multiple people who are working with you. And then also simple IRA plans, which is also like an employer plan. And the acquisition's set to finalize in third quarter of 2024. So why are they doing something like this? Well, Ascensus says that basically they're set up to handle these types of plans, these business plans, and do it in a sustainable and great way. But why would Vanguard want to get rid of these or sell these? Well, in my opinion, Vanguard might not have been the best provider for these types of plans. They've made a play in the past years to really be the full service and have the full features like some of the bigger players in this space like Fidelity and Schwab, who are number 1 and 2. And I believe that at the end of this article, it shows that Vanguard is, Ascensus is 5th in these types of plan. Vanguard record keeping was 3rd largest in the company, I believe, behind Fidelity and Schwab. So Vanguard's going to focus on what they do best. They've got the low cost, broad fund selection and simplicity for individual investors, not businesses. And as I'm looking at this article here, this is from this guy from Vanguard Self-Directed Business. He said, the breadth and nuance of small business plan administration increasingly requires deep specialization. And Ascensus here, they've got more commitment to helping small business plans than Vanguard. I'm curious what you think. Are you a Vanguard customer or client? What's your experience been? Have you had these, either the simple, the SEP, or the solo 401k? Let me know in the comments how the experience has been. And then I'll go over what are the options. So if you have a SEP, multi-SEP, or simple or solo 401k, here's the options. So option 1 is you can do nothing. You can really just stay and get switched over. Now, the good news here is they say that you're still going to have access to some of the Vanguard funds. One of the negatives is that there's going to be a $20 fee per year. Now, Vanguard didn't have that $20 fee per year. Maybe that's not a deal breaker. The other option is you can leave before the switch sometime in the fall. I don't believe the date is announced yet. And you can look at alternatives that might be doing this or going to at least stay in the space and do this a little bit better, like Fidelity or Schwab. And in my opinion, they've got better features, easier use, and just overall better experience if you've got this sort of plan. Now, in terms of ease and just least amount of work for you, sometimes it's what's the easiest thing for me? Well, let me preface this by saying I don't know how the switch is going to go overall, but I do have some experience personally and with a whole bunch of clients in different places. But personally, with my wife's 403B, they've switched custodians last year, and that was almost no work for us. So I'm guessing they're going to make this as easy as possible for the 280,000 plans that they're moving over. And if you switch to Fidelity, though, or Schwab, or another provider, there might be a little bit more paperwork for you. And if you're a client of Streamline, just give me a call like you normally would, and then we'll do the work for you. And then check out this video on the two most important things we need for a successful but also fulfilled retirement. And then I'll see you in that video.